Welcome back to We Should Have Gone to University. I'm Ashley.
I'm Damien.
And I'm Jamie.
We are finally back. Oh my god. If we actually have any listeners and like you were waiting for a weekly podcast, that's literally been impossible the last couple of weeks. So yeah, guys, new listeners, we are a bunch of guys in Japan. We have a band and we spent our entire lives, well, most of it anyway, trying to be in the bands and, you know, doing that all life. And we're now chatting about it because we grew up in the new metal era back in the day. Korn, Limp Bizkit, Tool, and a few of those bands just released new shit. And before we go into that, Damien, what the hell's been up with you? What the hell have you been doing? The listeners want to know.
I think the big gap was mostly due to my travel. I went to the UK.
Yeah.
To finally see where you guys came from.
Yeah, so Jamie and I are British, and I'm really... So we haven't really had a good chance to talk about it.
It's insane that you were in a city I lived in for 10 years.
Yeah.
It does feel weird.
It was really freaking me out thinking of you and Kismet being there. It really was.
So you went to Nottingham and Manchester, right?
Yeah.
So, Jamie, you lived there for 10 years, right?
Yep.
So how would you describe Nottingham?
I'd describe it as very, very creative. Loads of like art and music and good food and cool places to hang out and drink. It's a good city.
So Damien,
I was proud to call it my home for 10 years.
So what Jamie just said, does that match what you experienced?
I did not pick up on creativity as much. Manchester had a lot of that.
Nottingham's more creative than Manchester.
But I did not care for Manchester. I liked Nottingham a lot. Nottingham felt slow. Like it felt more what I imagined the UK would be like. Like kind of hanging out, eating a lot of food.
Yeah.
People were aggressively polite. Like they were like still kind of confrontational, but polite about it, I guess.
Well, James, just a second. What famous bands are from Nottingham?
Captain Dangerous.
What about Manchester?
Oasis.
There you go. No, I know what you mean, though. Exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
That's cool. So yeah, how was? Tell me about the overall experience. I mean, what are the ups and downs? I mean, like because all right. So
I don't think I'll ever set foot in Britain again. Just we landed, dude, and there was just street fights and drugs and
that's what it is, man. A lot of drugs. A lot of drugs. Like we live in Japan, right? And the image of Britain that people have, I mean, it is insane. You're like, what the hell? You have no idea, right? So for you to go there, I mean, you know, you're from America.
I'm from Colorado, and like marijuana is a big thing. We have meth and pills and stuff, but it's just not. I don't know. It felt more. If you know, you always make this like you always talk about how you specifically, Ashley, always talk about how like there's no guns there, and therefore people are more confident.
Yeah, exactly.
And like. I definitely got that sense. People were more willing to kind of get in your face and be aggressive with you.
Absolutely.
And I'm not used to that.
Yeah, because I can imagine, like, you know, if I knew that there was a chance that someone might have a gun, I'm not really going to start on them.
Yeah.
But in England, I know the worst that they have is a knife, and that's really rare. I mean, so I've gotten in the faces of ridiculous people, and I've paid the price many times. But but I didn't have. But
you walked away,
fear, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. So actually, Dame, this year you've been away a lot, right? So from January, where have you been in total?
I've been to Australia, Singapore, UK.
Yeah.
We stopped in Amsterdam just on the way over.
Fucking hell. And you're going to Korea like next week?
I go to Korea next week.
And then back to America.
And then back to the States,
Man,
San Francisco.
Crazy, right?
Colorado.
I know.
We get to travel a lot. We're really lucky. Yeah. We're really privileged. We're really lucky.
But you have kids too, right? I mean, it's been
it's a fucking mess with them.
Yeah.
They're like used to it. It's not a problem for them to travel, but
that's good.
It's always like jet lag. It's always feeding them in diapers and just a clusterfuck of screaming and I don't know, man.
James, what about you? What's been going on with you? Anything you want to talk about? Why haven't you been here to record the show?
I don't know.
Well, there's no reason really. I mean,
I don't know. Did you guys do one last week?
No.
No.
No, the last one we did was me and you, James, talking about.
Oh, really? Was that the last one we did?
Yeah.
I thought you guys did one last week.
No, I recorded one by myself, but no.
Oh, okay.
No, but from next week now, we're gonna have to do it like whoever's here. Let's do it, right? And I want to go back to doing So let's talk about this, right? So obviously this podcast is just us chatting shit.
Mm.
So, but we've been doing like track by track, listen to the albums. And to be honest, I want to do that, but at the same time, we're not music reviewers. I just want to talk about how it makes me feel and what I remember, right? So in the future, we're going to still do album reviews, but we're mostly going to just talk about, general thing. Like Jamie did with the Slipknot one. You just summed it up at the end. And I thought it was, you did what I did in, an hour. You did it in like 2 minutes, so it kind of works out. Well, again, this whole podcast is, that's why we should have gone to university, because we didn't learn about, how to.
I always want to talk about
efficiently do things.
something like of the album ahead of time.
Yeah.
But I'm always like, I have to wait till we get to the
Yeah,
track.
I know.
Like,
I
always
know,
just
yeah.
want to dive
let's
right
not do
into
that.
it.
Yeah, let's just chat about it and how it is. But I'm glad to be back, guys. I'm glad you're both here.
Cool.
But Jamie, anything going on with your life? I mean,
My fiance moved to Japan,
nice.
and I got my visa extension.
Yeah, 5 years.
Got 5 years.
When did you? Yeah, nice.
So
Was that this week you had to
So
go
I
apply?
applied for it in the middle of July, and they said it could take up to 2 months, and then I hadn't heard anything, and then my boss called them
Scary.
on Wednesday, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's been ready since the 20th of July. We processed it in 2 days." When we sent Jamie like a postcard, that sounds weird, but like they actually send you a little card,
and you go back. Yeah.
and I must have thrown it away with junk
You're
mail
like,
or
what is
whatever.
this garbage? Yeah.
And then I went and they said,
they said, don't throw the postcard away.
"Oh, here you go," and it was 5 years. I went, yes, like when they gave it to me.
Awesome.
I said, "Why 5 years? I only applied for 3."
Why did you say that?
And he said, "I don't know." And he said,
Yeah.
"Oh, is there a problem?" And I was like, "No,
No,
this is
it's great, yeah.
fantastic." I said, "What? But why me?" He said,
I don't know why they do that. We got 5.
He said
we got 5 years
he
on
said-
ours too. But
he
that's
said
cool.
He said, "Yeah, you pay your taxes and you don't have a criminal record." I was like, "But I haven't paid my pension."
Yeah. This is actually a good point to talk about. So also, because we're in Japan, I think talking about our life here is kind of interesting too. So when we came to here, we didn't know that. So in England, we don't really have a pension thing.
Yes, it's different because Damien, you guys pay into your
Social
health
Security,
insurance,
right.
Yeah.
Health
but
insurance.
we don't have that.
our NHS is free.
Yeah. So what?
Socialists.
Yeah. So when we came to
You
Japan,
commies.
like having a health insurance, I was like, what the fuck? I
Yeah.
Everyone's
never
like,
had
"Oh,
to
it's
do
so
that.
cheap. It's only 7,000 yen a month." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Fuck."
That's crazy. But when we came here, what I realized is that you have to pay health insurance and you pay your income tax, which is fine.
Mm.
And I heard about the pension, but I was under the impression that it was voluntary.
Yeah, because we've been here for over 5 years, Ash. It means we have to do back payment from the day that we came to Japan.
Fuck's
So
sake, that's crazy. Yeah, so
So-
Jamie
So you
and I-
haven't been paying yours, Ashley?
No, I didn't know I had to. So
Shit.
when I moved house, I went to to change my address, and they were like, "Oh, can you pay this too?" It was like a ridiculous amount of money, and I was like,
I've
like,
got to pay
"Fuck
like
no."
I've got to pay like 2 months' salary.
"Yeah,
Ouch.
I got to pay a lot more." And it's got a little piece of paper. Well, I'll show you.
Do they have like payment plans at least?
Yeah,
Can you
the
pay
monthly, exactly same as your
Okay.
utility bills.
Because like if you get a ticket here, you have to pay it all at once. Like you can't parse it out. You have to pay everything.
But yeah, with utility bills here, I think they're really good because in England, if you miss a utility bill, they send you another one with like a late notice that's like about a 50% increase, and then if you don't pay that within a couple of weeks, they send the bailiffs round. In Japan, you never get any penalty charges for shit like that.
No,
They just cut your electricity off. And they're just like, "Okay, if you pay us this, we'll put it back on." You're like,
Yeah.
okay.
That's how it is in the States.
There's never any like extra charges.
Yeah.
I've noticed here.
Interesting.
See, so I know listeners, you can't really see it, but I got a big wad of paper.
Holy shit! Yeah, that's big.
I've
I
got
pay one a month, and it's 16,000 yen, so like $160 a month.
That's a lot, dude.
yeah.
Holy
But
shit.
70% of that goes into his pension scheme. So it's like I've got to do exactly the
Right.
same.
You're paying into your
It's
future.
Yeah,
It's not a disaster. It's not like you've got a tax.
Yeah.
yeah.
You've got a tax backlog and you just pay
Yeah.
them and you get nothing back.
If
That's
if
that's
I'd
a
have
serious
known-
wad, though,
Yeah,
man. That's
yeah,
a lot.
yeah. If I'd have known, though, I would have paid at the
Yeah,
beginning.
me and Ash are in both exactly the same situation because our company said to us, "Oh, you can pay into the health and pension scheme,
Yeah.
or you can
Yeah.
just have the extra money in your pocket." We both
Yeah.
did
I'll take the money.
exactly.
Yeah.
But now we're both thinking about, we've got dependents, so to speak, trying to adult.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be. I thought from 30, I'll start doing it. I was like, why the hell do I need to start do my pension now? I'll do it when I'm 30. But yeah, big mistake. Anyway, all right. Yeah. So all right. So
Pay your pension.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot, right? So I want to.
Wow, we really are rock and roll. We've spent the first 10 minutes talking about pensions.
Hey, man, we should. This podcast is called "We Should Have Gone to University." It's not called new metal up your ass, right? So, right, I got a lot I want to talk about. First off, staying on the topic of Japan, right? So, one thing about living in Japan is that when I lived back home, I don't know about you guys, but I would take a train or a bus, and I'd say almost every other time you'd see someone, hitting on a girl. At least somebody being like, "Hey, give me a number," or something like that. Anyway, whatever. Here, you never see guys hitting on girls, right? So I was on a train last week, and I was sitting. So like where they have those when you get into the train, there's those chairs which you fold up. They fold up, whatever. They're
in the passageway.
Yeah, exactly. So I sat on one of them, and there was a woman next to me, like middle-aged woman, whatever. And I was just whatever. And then this old guy got on. He must have been at least 60, 70. He's one of those guys who looks really, really old, but he's kind of spry and whatever. And
he thinks he's Rod Stewart.
Yeah, exactly. So if you imagine it, because the train is moving this way, and I'm facing the train direction that it's moving, and the man was kind of like looking at the door, and he was holding onto like the railing, so I can see the side of his head. He's
so his butt's kind of to you, his back and butt.
No, his side is side.
Okay.
Like I'm standing here, he's like this.
Yeah.
Because he's looking at the door and holding down. Anyway, so in Japanese, he suddenly just like swivels to the girl and goes, "You are beautiful," and then he swivels back and he goes, "And your personality too," and then. And your eyes. He kept just going back and forth, and this woman was so embarrassed because she was just like, "Oh my god!" And then everyone on the train is like looking at him, and I was like, "Yeah, I was like applauding, like, mate,
good job." Yeah.
I was really happy to finally see, just somebody trying to.
It took him, he's 70 years old, but he finally got it.
Fuck it, yeah. And I was so good. And I was like, and he kept talking, and he was talking about, I just went bald, and. So my chances with the ladies are going down now. So I'm taking every chance I get, and I was like, "Oh yeah!" So I was loving it, man. So yeah, have you ever seen anybody like hitting on someone here or anything like that?
Not here,
yeah,
no.
Right. You never see it.
No, that's weird.
Yeah, it was great. Honestly, it made my fucking day. I was like, "Oh, mate!" And when I got off the train, I kind of like winked at him. I was like, "Yeah, I've heard this."
I see it on Saturday nights in Molly's. I work part-time in an Irish bar.
Okay.
On Saturday nights, I see it quite a lot. But it's usually foreigners hitting on Japanese girls.
Yeah.
And
that's more common, right?
And then I also see it every time Jeremy and a member of the female race are in the same room. Jeremy, if you're listening, I'm talking about you.
Jeremy, legend. Yeah. So, talking of us, so we actually have a band too. So the reason why we met, Damien is the singer, Jamie's the drummer, I'm a guitarist, and we have this band. So we've been
Damien's best vocalist.
Yeah, I was about to throw it out there. Damn it, Jamie, you took it away.
Yeah. Sorry, the best vocalist. So we've been busy recording a new album, etc., which has been I'm loving it, man. We just recorded one vocal parts on Thursday.
Yeah,
really,
most of the tracks done.
Yeah, I'm loving it. So we're doing it a different style this time. Instead of like doing click tracks and, mic on a mic stand.
Yeah, man, there's no click this time. That's fucking baller.
Yeah, we're doing it fucking
You prefer
raw,
it without the
natural.
click?
I like it.
It's good, man. Yeah,
I was able to get into it a lot easier than...
It's right. The vibe is there. That's what I care about more is that it's been a good experience. But anyway, because we've been recording, we haven't been playing many shows, but we've been doing auditions, right? So we went to Osaka for an audition. And it's funny because I know in a way, like one of our members of the band, Keita, he's a young guy, right? He's like us like 10 years ago, whatever. Got all this, optimism. And he could definitely do something, But for us guys, it's more like, it's fun, isn't it? And those auditions, for me, I'm not like, I want to get it. I'm just happy for the opportunity to do it, We're not 20 years old, young kids, gonna do that thing. So for me, I just want to take the opportunity. Right. But then I feel at the same time like, I bet Keita really wants to win and really wants to do it.
Yeah, like I feel like I can walk into there and not care.
Exactly. Yeah, me too.
And because I don't care, I put on a better show.
Exactly. It's fun.
No pressure.
We live in Hiroshima and we've played like the biggest not the biggest, but the biggest venue that's not a concert hall or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. The stage was huge. The sound was amazing, and it was good fun, man. So we've been playing a few gigs, and mostly playing that. I just bought a new guitar.
So tell us about the guitar.
Yeah. So it's a ESP Viper. Sorry, I've wanted it since I was 16, so it's amazing.
Yeah.
The 2 guitars I've always wanted, I finally got them. Whatever. But I went there today and it was on sale, and I kind of like, I tried to like. You can't really haggle much in Japan, but you can if you do. So I managed to get the guitar, a free strap, bunch of cables out of it, and all this other stuff just by being like, well, I could go to Amazon, shit like that.
Dangle that out there.
So yeah, I'm really happy with that. But yeah, I mean, so obviously we can't really record, like we can barely record this podcast because, Dave, it's not your fault, it's your life, but, we're trying to fit in as many podcasts.
I think it's definitely my fault.
It's not your fault, that's the wrong word, isn't it? We can't record because I want you to be involved in the show.
Right.
So we're trying to put it off as much as we can. But in the future now, James, even if we do, we'll listen to those albums. We got Incubus coming up and Marilyn Manson, right? So whoever can be here.
Incubus coming up?
Silverchair.
Oh, Silverchair. Sorry. I've been listening to that a lot.
Silverchair.
Yeah, Silverchair.
Right.
Sorry, Silverchair. That's right. So we're just going to do those and chat about stuff. Cool. And as I'm the host, I'll lead the way. I'll do my best.
Your hostly duties?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. I mean, Jamie, you really enjoyed the recording process that we did, right? Which was just me and you in the room with the guitar and the drums.
I did. I'm really, really pleased that everyone was able to play over it. That was my biggest thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. No,
because it sounded good when we finished the drums, but it sounded good to the naked ear. But like everyone having to like, I was sure there was going to be some bits that would sound shit, but
no.
There's always like a question until you get the tracks back from Ashley. You're always like, oh fuck.
But then the fact that it seems to
it's been no issues.
Everything
at all.
grooves and.
Well, now that you mention it, I've had some. No, I don't have. I mean, it's great.
No, but I just I recorded the guitar with you, and then we synced that together, and then we just record over the top of it. It was really easy. It was really easy.
It's felt the most natural. Like when we have a click, I feel, we don't practice with a click.
No.
So I said this to Ashley when we did the last pod when it was just me and him. Like band practices leading up to recording felt like I was practicing for recording.
Yeah.
Whereas like when we've done it to the click, we'll be at band practice, but then me playing at band practice and then me practicing to the click for recording. They're completely separate entities. Whereas this time it felt like every practice was like preparing for recording.
For me, on the guitars and stuff, there's no problems at all, because it's funny because I write the songs, I know exactly when it's out. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, Keita did the other guitars, and he's just fucking brilliant at doing it. Teru is our bass player. It's his first time recording.
Yeah,
I feel he didn't. I won't say struggle. He didn't know what it's recording.
Can you remember your first time recording?
Oh, definitely.
Mine was
really,
terrible.
Really bad. Yeah, but I've talked to him a lot about it because I didn't want to.
You want to discourage him. You don't want him to feel bad about
He's a great guy. He's good. He can play the fucking bass. He's fine. He can play guitar. It's just getting him into that environment and stuff. And
that's different. It's a different skill set for sure.
Exactly. So yeah, we're doing well with him. But I loved it. We've only recorded one of your vocal tracks so far.
Yeah.
But for me, it sounds great. All right. Okay. So we had a little chat, right? So you watched was a hardcore documentary
I don't remember what the fuck it was called, but it's from 1995.
Yeah, this is really interesting. So we've got this hardcore song. Now, I'm a big hardcore fan, but at the same time, I'm one of these guys that I hate saying, oh, I'm into hardcore. It's just it's really cringy. Like why is it called that, for God's sake, right? And so the song is about, the lyrics are really cringy. Like the song's called My Own Son, and it's about my experience about a couple of years ago. I was with Jamie and a couple of other guys. We were walking past this pub bar, and there was 2 Marines in the bar, and I was like, I don't know why I decided to stay there, but I just wanted to chat to them. So everyone fucked off, and I stayed there chatting to these guys, and they were the most listen, man, there's no, I don't follow any beat, whatever these guys. It was just basically this whole spiel about I walk my own path, whatever.
They're so macho.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm into rock music. Oh yeah, I love the hardcore shit. Listen, that's why I love it. I'm real. And he literally said, I'm my own. Fuck my parents, I'm my own son. He's talking about his dad or whatever. It was, and I was unbelievable. So I wrote the lyrics about that. So if you listen to this song, it's not serious. So when we were recording it, I was like, Dame, there's a little instrumental part. I was like, Dame, just say something off the top of your head. So apparently Damien has watched this hardcore documentary. There's this part. It's so funny. Like it matches the vibe and the song well. Anyway, and it's basically like him doing it. What was it? What's the line?
The hardcore. Yeah.
Like listen, it's not rap. It's not metal. It's hardcore. This is hard. But for me, it really pumps me up when I listen to it. Right. Anyway, so I sent the rough demo to Jamie, and Jamie, like in messages, it just looks so blunt, and Jamie was like, Jesus.
I couldn't believe it. You were both talking about how it makes you cringe, so I joked about how it made me cringe, and then you both got like paranoid about it.
I was like, dude, if you want to change it, let's change it.
Because it's actually good to have.
I thought it was. Yeah. I'd already said I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I even think we could develop it by having a little bit of a conversation at the beginning of the track. That makes it more in context.
I do quite like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense. But James, actually, I think next week, because Damien's not here, I think we can maybe record a podcast and do some. If you got time in the day, come over now and let's do some gang vocals. Because I think for the gangs, it'll be better to do two, and I'll double track the vocals, whatever.
Right.
Like Killswitch do it with one guy. He sits in his chair and does one voice, and then double tracks another voice, and it sounds amazing.
Exactly.
So I think it's tighter because we have, we're both British. We can match the voices, whatever, and we'll see.
Right.
I think it'd be much better. Instead of having like all of us standing away from the mic, it'd be better to have us closer and just have two. So let's work it out tomorrow anyway. But so that's all we've been doing. We've been really busy, working and doing that. But hopefully from now we're going to be doing more shows. So yeah, stay in with us. Also, does my voice sound strange? I just got braces.
No,
I do. You got them, and I don't even
Really?
I can't visually notice it, and when you're speaking, I don't notice it at all. So.
Literally, I don't even.
Okay,
because I'm not just trying to make you feel better.
No, because I can feel like the air like popping through the holes in my teeth now, because my teeth are like getting gaps, whatever. I can feel the air popping through them, whatever. It's like not a lisp, but like a lot of air coming out of it, whatever. Yeah. Braces are good though, but I only got them because.
How's the pain, or not the pain, but you said there was like a widening sensation,
I
can
just feel them. They're widening now, and it's like now the metal part is touching my top lip. It's kind of like it's not cutting, but it's like rubbing a bit. But they give me some wax to put on it. If anyone's ever had braces, I guess you understand. But, and it's fine. But I got to sing too, which is it's been fine. I can sing. I can talk. I can sing, so.
Like at the gig, I didn't even notice anything. So
yeah. Also, another thing that we got, another geeky thing, we just bought these drop pedals, Digitech Drop. So
I forgot about the pedals.
No, it's kind of true because I always want to play heavy, but like setting up a guitar in drop A is really fucked up because I don't like 7 strings. Like
you have to,
wanky and shit. I like a 6-string guitar. So the only way to do it is you set it up to drop A, and it's really pain in the ass. Once you do that, your guitar's fucked basically. You can never go back. So this is an amazing pedal called fucking Drop, and if you do like 3 or 4 octaves, it's fine octaves. But if you go like we did like drop G last night with Jamie, and it was like we played Monuments in like B, and it sounds fucking amazing. So we've all bought them now.
Did Terry get one?
He's bought it, but it hasn't come yet. So we'll do it by next week. Yeah, but man,
cool.
It is. They are amazing. You can't even tell, man. It's like I recorded some stuff with it. As long as you only do like a few octaves, it's
cool.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
So I'm really chuffed with that. I'm really excited to do that.
What's an octave?
Well, like, so like A.
So there's only 12 musical notes, right?
I knew. I was just trying to.
Yeah, okay.
I was just trying to play the dumb drummer role here.
Yeah. What's your best dumb drummer joke, James?
Why couldn't the drummer fit through the door?
I don't know.
Because of his hi-hat.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty good. That's the best one I've ever heard, actually. I like it.
That's pretty good.
All right. Anything else you want to chat about, guys, in general, like for you? Or no?
No.
Okay.
Let's go on. Let's talk about some music, man.
Yeah, all right. So while we've been off gallivanting and doing our own shit, Tool has released a new album, Slipknot has released a new album, and so has Korn. But
Rammstein.
Slipknot, and Rammstein too. Oh shit! Yeah.
But they're smaller.
Fuck! Oh no way! The new for me, the new Rammstein album is the best thing they've ever fucking done. Like the song Deutschland is the best thing ever. I'm obsessed with it at the moment. I'm loving it. Also, so let's go. Slipknot released the album first.
Yep.
Hey, have you had to listen to it properly?
No, just a single off there. The We Are Not Your Kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only.
What do you think?
That's all I've heard off of there.
Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, it definitely harkens back to their old to their old sound, to their like classic Slipknot, and we don't give a fuck what you think. We're gonna play how we want to. I like the video. Video was really intense, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything else, so
what do
I'm
you
kind
think,
of still
what do you
waiting.
think about how like, you know, Slipknot are like, especially like a lot of the news site, they fucking all they talk about is Slipknot, 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 Slipknot.
Oh, that's funny. I just saw a meme on the way over here that was Loudwire
Okay.
posted another thing about Corey Taylor,
Yeah.
and nobody gives a fuck.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, there's too much. There's too much Slipknot like news and noise and stuff. I'm inundated. I'm
Do you,
calloused
so
to
like
it.
you could say like Slipknot now like one of the biggest metal bands around, right? But are they on the same level as like, you know, like a Tool or a Metallica or Iron Maiden? Because I don't think they are.
You're gonna piss off some Slipknot fans, but yeah, they're not.
Not musically, just like in the not even musically. I say like for me, I love Iowa. I love the first album,
Right.
And I like a couple of songs after it, but I'm not like dying to get the new Slipknot album. Jim, what about you?
This is going to sound very controversial. I think they are as big as those bands. I just don't think they've got the musical integrity.
Okay.
I don't think like they have as much respect from people outside the genre. Like there's people who don't like rock and metal who are aware of how good a bands Iron Maiden and Tool and stuff are. I think everyone just kind of thinks of Slipknot as this. People who don't like metal think of Slipknot as their every reason why they don't like metal.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know
It's
what you
like
mean.
cheesy.
Yeah,
There's a
and it's all,
gimmick.
fuck this and everything. But
Right.
like, I mean, I love Slipknot, and the new album, I've listened to it once and it didn't grab me, but I will go back to it.
Yeah, I've listened to it a bunch of times, and it's good. It's not, but
then the thing that worries me about it is Slipknot aren't like. We'll get on to Tool in a minute, but Slipknot aren't the kind of band who I think an album grows on me.
yeah,
Slipknot, I want to.
It kind of grabs you immediately.
The role that Slipknot fill in my musical taste is I stick it on and I just hear some fucking amazing riffs and
right.
Yeah, and it hasn't quite done that yet.
Well, you're not selling me on it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, you're right actually. Because I remember when I first heard. Do you think age is a thing? Like, do you think just like now? You're just over music. When I first heard Wait and Bleed, I was like, fuck, this is amazing. Like, after 2 seconds. When I first heard Left Behind, I was like, I'm into it.
Yeah.
But like, later...
But they were fresh. They were fresh sounding things at the time, I think.
Is that what it is?
I think age on both sides, because like, those guys are getting old now too, and that doesn't... Like, they're not necessarily as connected with what the youth of today want to hear.
Yeah.
So there's like, John Davis and Corey Taylor can kick out as much music as they want, but they're not in touch with the teens, with the people that are actually going to be buying up that music and kind of dictating where it's going. That's why Billie Eilish is popular. That's why like what's his name, Post Malone and shit. Like, because those guys are making contact with teenagers.
Okay.
That's going to steer music where the next place is.
Yeah, like I listened to the whole album and not one song. I'm not like, oh, I like a couple of riffs and stuff, but that's about it. But yeah, honestly, like I even though we're from the new metal days, but we're not. I don't think we're massive Slipknot fans. I think we say we like them, but we're not massive, are we? Whereas like Rammstein, they fucking delivered this new album. I mean, I'm a huge fan of them, but who came next? Tool. The long-awaited album of Tool. So how long is it? 8 years or something like that?
So I think it's longer than that, isn't it? 10 years is like... Sorry, 10,000 days is...
It's longer than that. It's like 12 years.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
I thought it was about...
So I saw a little line with Maynard. He said, it was good 8 years ago.
That's exactly it. Yep.
So, yeah, Jamie, you've listened to the most. What do you think of the new Tool one?
My first reaction was disappointment. Because I was expecting after such a long amount of time, like something would move forward. And it's basically just, it sounds like a Tool album. Now, the first time I listened to it, I kind of thought, like, I think every Tool album has its own very distinct sound. Like, so, like, I don't really include Undertow because, well, I guess I do, but Anima, Lateralis, and 10,000 Days, they are all just these completely separate entities. They all have their own sound. And I think the new Tool album sounds like a mix of all three. It's got the tabla drums from Lateralis. It's got the guitar tone from 10,000 Days. And I was really disappointed the first 2 or 3 times, but then one night two of the songs just clicked. And now I love it. And I think it's musically, it's absolutely their best performance musically. And I think the production's better than any album they've done. But one thing I will say is, I think, personally for me, I think it's Maynard's worst vocal performance on a Tool album.
Yeah, what is up with his vocals? Like,
I just think like it's really. We talked about this when we did A Perfect Circle. I've always preferred his vocals in A Perfect Circle.
Yeah,
because he's writing the melodies.
Yeah,
like
right.
And in Tool, he just kind of, his voice is almost just like a separate.
He's always talked about it. He's a fourth of that band. He's not.
Yeah,
He's like, he's just taking a back seat almost.
But I think in this, it's like there's some of the stuff that there's genuinely some lines and some choruses where I just think, Maynard, I could do with you shutting up here. Like my favorite track on the album is Invincible, and the chorus, the pre-chorus or whatever it is, where he's just saying warrior.
Oh yeah, warrior.
Yeah, like trying to stay relevant.
Yeah.
It really fucking annoys me. I don't know what it is, just the way he's saying it, the sound of his voice.
The sound, yeah, I noticed that.
When he's singing, it sounds incredible.
Yeah.
And he doesn't scream on the album at all.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of like bits where he's like, there's like talking bits where he's just not quite, he's like not singing, they're just kind of somewhere between.
Does he not care?
But the other three of them, I think it's just unbelievable. Like Danny Carey and Justin Chancellor, it's just unbelievable. But when you were saying about age, and we were talking about this the other day with Iron Maiden, it shouldn't have taken them 12 years to write that album.
Fucking A.
I know.
I agree 100%. I can't get past the first track.
Really?
I put it on and I'm just disappointed. I've 3 times now I've put it on. I fell asleep during the first track. During the first time I put it on, and then I've tried twice today, and I just it's 10 minutes long, and it's just riff soup, and Maynard's like rambling over it, and it just doesn't click. It's like if I wanted Rosetta Stoned, I would listen to that, but like there's just no
riff soup is for sure. Yeah.
And I'm not trying to shit on it because everybody else likes it, and because we're trying to like everybody's like, was it ousted Taylor Swift, like it kicked her out of the top, whatever chart she's on, but it just 12 years, 8 years, whatever the fuck it took to kick this out, and it just feels, I don't know.
Like if this
lacking.
If this was their first album, if this was the first the world had heard at all, I'd have been blown away.
It's different,
but it's just
the bar.
But then
is
I don't know.
high.
I've dipped in and out of opinion. Like at first, I was like, oh, this album sounds like it's a collection of B-sides from the 3 previous albums that weren't good enough to make it onto the songs. But then I was thinking, like one night after a bottle of red wine, I was getting all philosophical, and I was like, actually, if their 3 previous albums all sounded different, but they've managed to make this album sound like all 3 of those albums, does that make them a more complete band? And then I was just, and I have had some moments where I've been listening to it at home on earphones, and I've genuinely got chills, and I've thought, you know what, there's something good and pure with the world that Tool still sound like Tool.
Let me ask.
There's other times where I can't just stick it on around the house or stick it on when I'm on my way to work. I have to be in the mood.
Are there any tracks that like you would look forward to hearing them play live?
Only one, Invincible.
See, that's a big problem.
And then the other one that's like Tempest or whatever. It begins with a 7.
Because they're gonna want to play. They're gonna want to go, tour with this and play their tracks and stuff. And you always have to play some classics. But like when you have a new album, you want to play the tracks off of there because that's what you're promoting. If people don't want to fucking hear it, then what are you doing?
I listen to a lot, and I do agree. I may be trying to do something different, but his vocals just sound really.
Do something different with a side project, man. Don't do it with
it's
your
really
fucking...
strange. Like it's got a weird tone to his voice. Like Jamie said that part on that song, like the warrior, and it just seems really lackluster. I don't know, like he's just not. like he's like, right, fucking hell, here we go. Finally get to do vocals.
Yeah. So
what do I do? You know,
we were on our way to Yamaguchi listening to 10,000 Days. We had Rosetta Stone.
Yeah,
and Damien, you told me that Rosetta Stone was their warm-up song.
Right.
That they used to, and that's in my top 5 favorite Tool songs.
Yeah.
To me,
it's a good jam.
some of the stuff on the new album, it sounds like they've been doing these songs for ages, and he's shown up to his first practice,
Right.
and he's trying ideas over the top, and they've just recorded it and
just
chucked it out.
Yeah.
Like, really.
Yeah. Like they could have taken another year and hashed out some really clean vocals.
This is gonna sound incredibly harsh. I think it's the worst piece of recording that Maynard's ever done in any of his bands.
Damn.
It's worse than any of the Perfect Circle stuff. It's like,
yeah.
I just think it's worse than
I really like the
stuff.
music though.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
But like I think I said this. So I said this to Jamie like before about like Iron Maiden got this thing now, right? Where like back in the day, they would write like 3-4 minutes to be the most you'd get, right? They would just get drum intro, riff, verse, chorus, solos, out.
Get the fuck out.
Now they would, but now every song, now they're all, they're like, fuck it, we can do whatever we want to do, right?
Right.
So every song starts with a slow intro, then the drum, then riff, then the chorus of just it's all good, but every song is like 9 fucking minutes long. All right, then it goes back to the clean bit again. Then it builds up solos for another 10 million solos and finishes.
Right.
It takes 9 minutes. They're doing what they used to be able to do in 4 minutes in triple the time,
what the fuck?
No, but it is a thing of like, maybe they just want to have fun or whatever. But the Tool album, it is good, but I feel like they spent, no, I don't mean literally the length of how it recorded, but each track length is not broken up at all. And like what they used to do, like with like a Shizam, it's kind of a long song, but it's quite, it's compact and it's well put together. Where this, I think, is a great. The music's amazing, but they're not really songs. I can't call it. They're not. It's more like 4 songs mixed together, and then.
Well, Danny Carey wanted it to be all one song, didn't he?
Yeah, that sounds.
See, that would have been fucking cool.
Sense, yeah.
He wanted it to just be one big thing. But another thing that I also think, going back to what you said, Ash.
Yeah.
If you listen to all the songs, there's only 5 songs on the album, and they're all like
that's what I'm saying.
12, 13 minutes long, or whatever.
Right.
When it goes into the changes, they used to be able to just effortlessly change gear. Now, there's actually a lot of stops.
Architect style.
There's actually like a stop,
and
then it comes back in a different tempo, like
instead of
I don't know. I don't know if that's because there's only 5 songs and they're all so long. I don't know if that's because they wanted it to feel like it's got separation, but they just, I don't know. Tool have never, ever, 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 ever topped Anemia for me, and I genuinely thought that this could. We've all been waiting for this album, and now it's like. Before it came out, it felt like once there was a new Tool album in the world, that it would change so many things. And now it's just like, oh, Tool have got a new album.
Yeah.
But I don't love it or hate it. I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's good, but I'm not like dying to listen to it or whatever.
Right.
Which is, but I can see both ways. I can see people who love it. I understand why they love it. People who hate it, I understand why they hate it. Like Jamie, we just watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And I can totally understand why anyone would hate it. But personally, I fucking loved it.
I like that movie.
Because of the, just like, like any criticism, I'd be like, yeah, you're right. But for me, it just captured what it, like, it's like, like with a movie or even a song, like, what is the artist trying to do? Like, you can't just like...
Right, are they communicating this right?
Like, example, like, let's say like Taylor Swift song, right?
Yeah.
No, I'll give you an example, right? Which, Katy Perry's new song. It's called It's Never Really Over.
Okay.
Right? Now that song is meant to be a pop song. It's not meant to be a fucking 10-minute shred fest, is it? Right?
Yeah.
So you can't put it up against Tool and say, oh, these are the same thing.
Right.
Because they're not. You
this
can't.
Is better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. as a pop song, this fucking brilliant. That song, I love it. The production on it is amazing. Katy Perry's performance is amazing, but I love it from like a technical aspect. It's kind of catchy, whatever. But so at the same time, like when I'm listening to the, like the Tool album, I'm thinking it's fucking good and I'm enjoying it. But is it when I want to listen to a rock song or a metal, when a Tool, I want to. But Maynard is one of the main parts of the vocals. Like I just don't get that from this album. So the music is there, but without Maynard on top of it doing what I feel is what he should be doing.
He's not bringing it.
It doesn't matter. And I'm a huge believer in vocals are the most important part of a band. And I'm not. It's not terrible, but it's not it's not a great performance.
This is going to sound incredibly harsh. Before this album came out, if I found out Tool were playing in Japan, let's say if they were playing in Tokyo or Osaka, I would have tried to take the day off work. I would have bought tickets. I would have gone down. I would have stayed in a hotel. I would have spent a fuckload of money to see this like band that I've always had on this like kind of mythical pedestal.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would. If you told me, do you want to go and see Tool next weekend in Tokyo, it's going to cost you like, including taking the day off work and getting there and the concert, it's going to cost you about $400, about 40,000 yen.
Yeah.
The more, it would be about $500, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'd probably say no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I genuinely would.
It's not worth it.
I went to see Marauder the other night, which was great.
How much did you pay?
4,000 yen.
Holy fuck! You paid that much?
I had to pay at the door.
Damn.
But it was worth it.
Is that including your drink ticket or is that
no? That's
total?
After that too.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
35 plus a drink. Okay.
Yeah, but it was great. But see, once again, I'm a big hardcore fan.
Yeah.
That band is good at hardcore, and the songs they played were really in that vein, and I enjoyed it. The vocalist was spot on. They played the songs what I wanted to hear. I was happy.
Yeah.
I enjoyed my experience. I paid my money. I got it. The Tool, for me, a big part of what I enjoy is his vocals, and I don't think his vocals are that good, so it just takes me out of it. My favorite Tool song is probably like Parable, which is it's got this amazing guitar riff, but then without Maynard's screams and epic performance, I would not enjoy it as much. So I'm even though I'm a guitar player, I'm not massive on just listening to the guitars. I love vocals. My favorite band is Coheed and Cambria and fucking Iron Maiden, which is, the vocals are the main part. Yeah. So guys, what do you think about the album? I mean, let us know how you feel. I don't think we've been too negative. We're just, I would say it's just a bit disappointed, but not.
Maybe in 6 months' time we'll all be like, "Oh my god, it's changed."
Well, Dave, you can't even get past the first song, so good luck. Anyway.
Good luck indeed.
Try listening to the next proper song, Invincible.
Yeah.
No. Monia or whatever it's called. Track 4, Invincible. Listen to that.
Yeah.
That's my favourite track on the album.
Yeah. So next week, I think Jamie and I will probably be here. Just do maybe an hour or two, just an hour a bit on. Let's do what's it called? Silver something.
Silverchair.
Silverchair. Yeah. Dave, there's Silverchair and there's Marilyn Manson. Which
I have Manson downloaded. I'd rather talk about Manson.
Okay. So we'll do Silverchair, right? So we'll do Silverchair next week anyway. But so now we're gonna try and do some vocals when you come back. So I think let's try and book like twice in a week. So maybe like once on a Monday. Once on
we
a
have
Friday.
at least that Monday lined up right now.
We can hash it out then. All right, guys. So talking about Loudwire, I saw a hilarious article. Right, they did the top 100 songs of Korn. Now, first off, right?
Holy shit!
Come on, from like 100 to 90.
We didn't talk about the Korn album at all.
What is the point? Well, that's what I was about to bring up, right?
Whoops.
Which is so Korn have obviously got more than 100 songs to be on this list, right? But come on, how can you make a fucking top 100? Right, Dame, what would you say is your favorite band? Like, do you listen to the most?
What do I listen to the most right now? I don't know. Shit.
Well, let's say
right now, Mastodon.
Let's say Mastodon, right? So then, all right, tell me the top 20 songs. I mean, like, the top 3 are probably the only ones I really you can say yes. Everything
Right.
else is just fucking whatever.
Yeah, it's
right?
gonna fall in there.
Like
right.
how can you these
Yeah.
websites?
It's kind of ridiculous.
And you know what's funny, right? Is me and Jamie are big football fans, right? And I love like YouTube channels, footballs, whatever. And this is one called what the fuck is it called? Like HTC Sevens, whatever. And it's basically they just do everything in sevens, right? But now they're like graph. They're like, okay, this video is about the 7 players whose nans watch them on Sunday night every game,
Right.
whatever. They
7 greatest grandmas.
Yeah, they're so
right.
desperate for content that they just like.
That's totally Loudwire.
You know what I mean?
That is
Loudwire
absolutely
is the
Loudwire,
worst for that. But I thought this is kind of fun because you like Korn. But so before we go into this top fucking 100,
Like, has anybody ever looked at a list like that and been like, I disagree with number 47.
Yeah, exactly.
It should be higher.
Who says that, right?
Everybody's like, yeah. Okay.
So I listened to the Korn album. I'm really digging it. I'm really impressed. But
Man.
I haven't having on the background or whatever. So I'm not going to do a big review of it, but I'm very, very enjoying it. You had listened?
Same thing. Yeah. Just impressed. It's been on the background. It's weird. Like, Korn can just sound like Korn, and you're just like, wow. But you know what I thought was impressive was this time they started off the CD with him like screaming and crying and pouring his heart out.
Yeah.
Instead of saving that for the end as like this like emotional cherry on top of everything. They're like, no, we're gonna hit you with that immediately. You know what you're gonna get with the next 12 tracks. It's gonna be emotional. It's gonna be all over the place. And like he's like screaming his ass off throughout most of it. I mean, he sounds like he's grieving like crazy.
That's funny because I really enjoyed
brutal.
his solo album last year. The Jonathan Davis solo album is really, really good. It's like pop, not pop rock songs. They're really, really good. If you have a chance, I recommend it. It's really good. Jamie, do you have a chance to listen to the new Korn?
I haven't listened to it. I'm definitely going to allow.
Yeah. It's pretty
good endorsement there.
Yeah. It's really good.
I wish they would start the shit out with David. I wish they could do like a return tour with David. That'd be great. But
he's, bless him, his arms are all fucked up, aren't they?
Are they?
Man, Jonathan Davis is like his vocals sound like Jonathan Davis.
Yep.
And they got the bagpipes.
The bagpipes, they hit you with that immediately.
I'm really into it. Alright, so a little tangent here, but I realize it's not top 100, it's top 50 Korn songs.
That's what that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Right.
Before we start with this Korn top 50, right? Which album do you think has the most in the top 10? We're going to cover the top 10.
Follow the Leader.
Follow the Leader? Jim, what do you
the
think?
most in the top 10?
Yeah, most songs in the top 10.
I'm going to go for the first album.
Follow the Leader. I'm going to stick with Follow the Leader. Yeah.
Oh, let's try and count them down, right? So, in the opinion of Loudwire, so we got to have someone's idiotic opinion. Number 10 from Follow the Leader is number 10. Got the Life, a song which I can't fucking stand. I hate that song.
You hate that.
I love it.
You big fans?
I like it.
Yeah, we both give it good reviews.
Yeah, you talked about it. I really hate that song. I think it's really just weird. It's not good. Number 9 from Take a Look in the Mirror.
Ooh.
Did My Time, which
man.
is that's probably my number 1, I think, actually. I love Did My Time.
God, that's a good album.
Do you know that song, Jim?
Nope.
You don't know Did My Time?
Yeah, I know Did My Time.
Yeah.
I don't know any of the others.
Tomb Raider.
Yeah, that's right, Tomb Raider, that's right. Number 8 from Take a Look in the Mirror.
Holy shit.
Is Right Now.
Oh, another good track. Oh,
Yeah.
the video was crazy with the animation on that.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
I do like that song Right Now. Ooh, we should do this album, right? Take a look at it. But this is 2003. It just makes the cutoff, right?
Yeah.
Jamie, do you know that
They
song?
had started to change.
No, I don't know that song.
You know Right Now?
I'm putting it into my Spotify now.
Okay. It's really good. Yeah, I like that.
Yep.
I like that song.
Really simple chorus. Yeah, good track.
Yeah, Right Now. That's a great song. Banging song. Number 7 is from Korn's debut album, Korn. What do you think?
It'll be either... I don't think it'll be Blind. I expect that to be higher up. It'll be either Faggot or Shoots and Ladders.
That's right. Shoots and Ladders it is. I don't like Shoots and Ladders. Sucks. Shitty song.
I think for the time it came out in, it was really edgy, but right now it's not. We should do that album.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
We should.
I'm not a fan of that song. From Life is Peachy. What do you think?
Adidas.
Yes.
Oh,
Jamie.
fucking dude, I get goosebumps every time I listen to that track. If it's on headphones, I get like the like.
Jamie, you don't like that song, right?
I've grown to like it more.
I love it. Yeah.
I was really disappointed with Life is Peachy when it came out.
So you know the line "All day I dream about sex." Did Korn make that up, or was that before?
No, it was before. It was
really?
like an urban myth that's what Adidas stood for.
Because if they did, that's really cool. I think it's a great song, really good song. Number 5 from Untouchables is
Here to Stay.
Yes, Here to Stay is a fucking great song. I just love the
disco beat.
Yeah, the disco beat. You know. Dun, 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 dun,
Yep.
I love that, man. I love that. You okay?
Sorry.
Okay. Number 4 from Issues.
Falling Away From Me?
Yeah,
that's what I meant. Yeah.
Falling Away From Me. That's a banging song. I mean, fucking premiered it on South Park, for God's sake. I mean, that's the shit.
That was the height of Kornitude, I think.
Love it. Great song. I agree with that. Number 3 from Korn's debut album.
Blind.
Yes. Yeah. Blind is. Are you ready?
I can't believe that wasn't number 1.
I know. It's not my number 1. My number 1 is Did My Time. What's your number 1?
Number 1 Korn song?
If you had to put it on a shitty list.
Ball tongue.
You had to put it on a shitty list?
Yeah, to put on a shitty list, you know. Like, what's your favorite color? For fuck's sake.
Yeah. Maybe Freak on a Leash. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably have to run with that just because it's like it's like Korn. That's Korn.
Jamie, you're a ball tongue, right? I think you mentioned that. I think I've never met you and you never brought up that song.
Yeah, it's true.
It's a dope song, dude.
Yeah, what was it? Number 2, right? Number 2 is from Untouchables.
I don't remember what else was on that album. Shit.
I literally cannot remember this song.
Thoughtless?
Thoughtless, yeah.
Thoughtless is number 2?
Yeah.
Bullshit. Fuck you, Loudwire.
What does it go
bullshit.
like? What's it?
It's a good song. How's it? All of my something.
I can't remember it.
Thoughtless, screaming, they... Like, the chorus is really long and drawn out. It's not a normal Korn chorus.
Number 1 is obviously Freak on a Leash, right?
What's his name's the fucking... Jesse Pinkman is the guy that gets picked on in the video for Thoughtless.
Who's Jesse Pinkman?
From fucking Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah. I see.
Sorry.
That's okay.
What was number 1?
Freak on a Leash.
Yeah.
Good job, man.
But that's not my favorite Korn song, and that's not on like a Korn list. Like, that's just like, yeah, what's your favorite color? Black.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
You.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting though, because like, I'm like, for me, Iron Maiden is clearly my favorite band.
Yeah.
But if I had to make a list, I mean, it would just depend on the time of the day or week, whatever, isn't it?
Freak on a Leash is like you like somebody doesn't like metal music, and you're like, okay, well, listen to this track. What do you think? Somebody like inevitably somebody be like, that's a pretty good track.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of like
generic.
What's like a metal song that people who don't like metal don't even realize it's metal?
Anything by Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
There are so many people that don't like metal, but they're like, I like Rage. Like, you don't actually like Rage Against the Machine. You just like funky beats and good riffs.
Yeah.
Like,
I think Limp Bizkit's Rolling. That's quite, because it's quite a heavy.
Yeah, Biscuit's another good one.
It is quite heavy, isn't it? But obviously it's, it is quite
break stuff.
Rocky. Yeah. Awesome.
Oh, shit.
All right, so I thought let's, Dame, besides Cornish like that, what have you been listening to anything interesting?
Lizzo. You guys like Lizzo?
No, I don't know Lizzo.
Never get out of here with that shit. Lizzo is this large black woman who sings about large black woman problems, and they're pretty. The songs are fucking awesome. They're
what would be the genre?
R&B rap, like bridging that gap a little bit.
Lizzo,
Liazzo. It's like top of everybody's Spotify. Top of she has her number 1 track right now on Billboard charts or whatever.
Sounds interesting.
Really good.
Just Lizzo. Anything else?
Fucking. You guys know Ampaman?
Yeah, of course.
Ampaman for days, dude. That's all we've been listening to at my house.
The kids,
is Ampaman, watching Ampaman. Yeah, ANPANMAN. He gives people parts of his head, and then they become rejuvenated because they eat the bread that his head is made out of.
Yeah,
he's like a Japanese superhero. The whole concept is bizarre, and the backstory behind it is weird too. Like the guy who served in World War II that wrote the story, and like all he did was fantasize about bread all day. So
Yeah.
like he wrote all these characters that are bred and they feed other people.
Yeah.
It's just fucking weird. My kids are obsessed with it. That's what we live right now is Anpanman. We're going to the museum next Monday.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's kind of interesting is that you two guys are Spotify guys. So you can literally bring up your phones right now.
Yeah.
And we can see exactly what you've been listening to. That's really, really cool.
I'd like to do that. Yeah.
Jamie,
What's the last thing you listened to?
Yeah, Jamie, let's see what you've been. Just mention the last 5 or 6 songs you've been listening to.
Ooh.
Songs would be difficult because I've had the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack on quite a lot recently.
What's on there?
Oh, it's fucking
I
amazing.
haven't sat through the entire movie.
So last 5 albums I've listened to have been
Drum roll, please.
Billy Joel Greatest Hits Volume 1,
Oh, yeah?
Steely Dan Can't Buy a Thrill, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Thrice, Artist in the Ambulance,
Damn,
Great
you like
album.
them, huh?
I
and
love Thrice.
Killswitch Engage As Daylight Dies.
Wow.
Oh, that's a good selection, man. Then what, is it just
And
that
then after
living?
that, there's the playlist I titled Osaka Road Trip, which went down like a shit in a lift.
Yeah, Jamie made a little playlist for our trip to Osaka, and it was. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just, I don't know. It was just maybe wrong time, I guess. I don't know. It was funny though. Dame, what
I
else
have
have you been
Rock Lobster by the B-52s
listening to? Rock Lobster.
and Wham, Lizzo,
Yeah.
Junior Senior. Do you guys know Junior
Yeah,
Senior?
I know Junior Senior. What's that song? Really famous song.
Move Your Feet.
Yeah. What's it called? Everybody. I love that song. That's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good. Really good.
And,
Man, good song.
Big Pun
Oh, good. Yeah. I like
and Nine
Big
Inch
Fun.
Nails. That's and Rollo Tomasi. That's when we start getting
Yeah.
stuff
Well, see,
that you recommended.
I still listen to music through iTunes, so
I don't know how you pay. Like, but you don't pay. You go to like dodgy Russian websites.
yeah, mostly Russian. I love Russia.
Do you get a lot of bullshit on your computer though? Don't you get?
No,
like,
it's a Mac, so I do everything through the Onion.
Ah.
I'm a total.
On the dark
I'm one
web?
of those dark web guys, you know.
Have
so-
you ever bought a dark web box yet?
No, but this sounds really weird, right? So I frequently visit a site, but I don't actually enter it. It's called eBand,
Okay.
and it's basically like whatever is on eBay, which cannot be sold on eBay, is sold on this website.
Interesting.
But it's 99% porn shit.
Oh, E-band, B-A-N.
Yeah, so
okay.
I'm obsessed with like reading. There's this thing called financial domination.
Oh, I've heard about this. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Go
like so, like the women would just be like, "All right, so you basically you give them your credit card number, and then they call you in when you're in bed with your wife and be
Yeah.
like, hey, listen, I'm out shopping right now, and
With
I'm
your
gonna tell
fucking credit
your
card, yeah.
credit card, and I'm gonna tell your wife about it." And these guys get off on it, and
Yeah.
I just like looking at you can see the bids, right? And I just seen the prices of these fucking, and it's fucking insane, right? Right. Let me I mean,
Yeah. Let me get some. I want an ad.
Let's read one because I actually have a bookmarked on my Safari as well.
These are like digital dominatrixes.
Yeah.
Dominatrices that
It's just
I've heard about this. This is nuts to
man,
me.
it's kind of, I know it's weird, but I'm not interested in actually doing it. I'm just interested in seeing that
but
there's
like
reality.
there's a whole exchange that takes place too, where these like
yeah,
these guys will be like, they'll pretend like they don't want it, but they're like
yeah,
basically like hand over all their information, but they'll be like regretful. They'll be like, oh, I can't believe you're doing this to me, but they still hand over here's all my credit cards and here's a CV number on the back.
yeah. So here's the categories, right?
Oh, boy.
Accessories 1, adult babies 1, adult toys 6, bags and purses 0, bath and body 0, erotic art 0,
I should do
everything
some art.
else 36, financial domination 21.
Good Lord, there's a lot of that.
Yeah, hosiery and socks 94,
Ew.
jewelry 0, men's clothing 0, miscellaneous 3, movies and videos 12, mystery 1.
What's in the mystery box?
Let's check.
Oh,
let me
fuck.
click on it. Right. So mystery is
Maybe we don't want to know.
what's this mystery? Oh God, seen by thousands of people. It is Candy's Donuts,
Ew.
but I can't actually enter the thing because I'm not a member of the thing. I can just see the title. Next is reading material 1, shoes and footwear 24, sissy items 47.
Ew.
Do you know what sissy is?
Nope. I mean, I do, but I don't know what a sissy item would be
Yeah. So
that you would purchase from
no,
somebody
no.
else.
In this thing, the whole sissy thing is being like, they act
Right.
Um,
You're made to be
Yeah,
sissified.
yeah. You become weak, I guess is the word for it. But some
Another
of the
form of
titles.
domination.
Yeah, go on, Tim.
Man, I almost bought a GIMP mask for the gig for the last audition, but I had this like weird moral. Like I was standing in front of it, I was gonna spend $80 on a GIMP mask, and I was like, "Are people gonna think I'm actually weird? Like, are people gonna like not get the joke and be like,
yeah,
this guy's actually a fucking psycho?
Yeah,
like I don't want to like." Dude, all I did was make eye contact with like a Japanese guy in the front row at the last audition, and he like withered. He was just like, no, thank you. I'm uncomfortable.
I'm a huge proponent of like making eye contact when playing live.
I absolutely love to do it, but some
Ah.
people are just so
it's good though
uptight.
because you looked at them. All right, let me look. Right, so I went on to the title of this one thing is called the highest one, which is $187 right now, which is making me happy is your only purpose. Pay for nothing. Pay pigs needed. Pay your credit card bill now. It's fucking brilliant.
I'm a pay pig.
Anyway, yeah.
Damn.
Weird. What were we talking about?
I've no idea.
That was fun.
I totally forgot what we were talking about. How did we get onto that? Oh, what we're listening to? iTunes. Because I was talking about how I use Tor. Yeah, I download
weird
all my
Russian
music
websites
from
and
there.
Tor. Yeah.
Now, all I've been listening to is Rammstein and mostly Rammstein. What else have I been
Are
listening
you
to?
sure you don't need to be financially dominated?
I don't know. Oh, that must be weird though. I can actually click on my recently played, which is mostly Answer Me.
What's your top plays? Like, do you have like can't you just cycle through to like your
top 25 most played?
Cool.
440 plays is Architects, Early Grave.
Don't we have a song called Early Graves? Jesus Christ.
Hell yeah. But actually, that's you chose the name of that.
Yeah, I
which is
didn't
funny.
know.
You chose the name
I
of
wouldn't
two
have
things,
picked it
right?
if I'd have known.
My Ash Gray, who was a guest on the podcast, his band's album was called Animus, same time as ours. You chose that, and Early Graves. Yeah, so mine is... My top 5 is all Architects from Hollow Crown, because I listen to that all the time.
Okay.
Then it's Circus Survive, Imaginary Enemy, Coed in Cambria, The Hard Sell, Coed in Cambria, Number City, Coed in Cambria, 10 Speed, Funeral for a Friend, End of Nothing, Lamb of God, Lay to Rest, Mastodon, Wolf is Loose, Mastodon, I Am Ahab, Paramore, Careful, I love that song, Reuben, Stuck in My Throat, and Trinidad James, All Gold, Everything.
Nice Mastodon tracks. And I can't believe Laid to Rest is that high. Do you still listen to it that often?
I listen to it a lot because I love the production. But
Didn't
now,
we just talk about how it's bullshit?
Yeah,
though?
but now I realize it's all triggers and shit, so I'm kind of a bit, disappointed.
Everything you know is a lie.
Sadly. Anyway, all right, guys, awesome. All right, so we'll be back next week. Hopefully.
I've got something to leave you with.
Oh, okay, Jim. Well, yeah.
Someone asked me today, and I thought for any film fans out there, any movie fans, if you could choose your favourite film to be remade, who would the director and cast be?
Oh, that's hard.
What's for example, someone said to me they'd go for Jaws.
What?
Jaws is actually my favourite movie too, but they said they'd have Christopher Nolan directing, Bryan Cranston as Brody, Robert Downey Jr. as Hooper, and Josh Brolin as Quint.
Okay, that's quite interesting, right? But why is Bryan Cranston so like? He's the guy from Malcolm in the fucking Middle, isn't he?
He's the guy from Breaking Bad. It's like the best acting performance ever.
I don't know. I've watched it and I don't agree at all.
You
but
haven't watched the end of it.
But okay, was he done after that? That's good.
He hasn't done anything.
Because I can name like a bunch of Leonardo DiCaprio movies, which he's really good in. But fair dues, I'm not into Breaking Bad. Sorry, I've watched a lot of it, but I didn't think he was that good.
And what's your favorite movie?
Jaws.
Yeah. Could you imagine that lineup in Jaws?
The Christopher Nolan thing bothers me a bit because I can just see like just over complicating simple things that don't need to be there. And Josh Brolin, I quite like that. I love him.
I went for Tom Hardy as Quint. I think Josh Brolin isn't quite crazy enough.
Yeah, I'm okay with everything except for Nolan. Bothers me. All right, guys. So we'll be back not next week, but hopefully soon. Me and Jamie are going to do Silverchair, and I've listened to it a lot, so a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
But Dame, safe trip to
thanks,
Korea.
There's a typhoon coming, so
yeah, we'll be all right. So if you want to email us
right.
and complain about anything and talk shit about us and how, our opinions and views are rubbish, well, guess what? We're not fucking pros. This is a podcast I recorded in my
be
fucking
nice.
bedroom. So yeah, email us at weshouldhavegonetouniversity@gmail.com. We got Patreon and all that shit. Twitter, same thing. We should have gone. Just type in "we should have gone to university." Will come up. The only thing else that'll come up is Ruben, and Ruben, one of those bands that should be huge but are not, and
I don't even know what it is.
They're a great band.
It's a sandwich. It's a great sandwich.
Sad.
That's a Cuban.
No, Reuben's a sandwich.
No, I've heard this before. It's a Reuben.
It's got like
did we
rye.
talk about this before? Yeah.
We're just looping around again.
All right, guys. Take care. See you soon.
Bye bye.
All right.